And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Wow, it is really echoey in here. I'm sure you guys are going to hear that. Also, the chat is on a small little iPad right here. So instead of looking that way like I'm normally looking, there's going to be a lot of like looking like this today. And look, I can even see my little, look at that, the hair, little hair sticking up there. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the hottest studio around, aka the garage. I hope everyone is doing awesome. I'll run through kind of this makeshift setup in a little bit here. Let me know. No echo. Okay, cool. It's super echoey in here, but with the filters on, it's probably fine. Let me know. I've got a fan blowing at like full speed right here at my head. Let me know if you guys can hear that. If not, this is a pretty big table. All right, let me zoom out. Look at this table. It's a double, it's 4 feet by 4 feet. So hopefully this is gonna be big enough. I have the camera zoomed in because when I had it set up like this, I was like, man, that's a really far out shot. Armor, thank you so much for the 10 months, man. Cheers. Let's see, who's all here today? We've got Man of the Croc, Hasios, Kaidorm, Armor, Tuxedo, Delmar, Greenbeard. Maurice is in the house. I hope everyone is doing awesome. Noise suppression's working well. Awesome. So, man, it has been a scramble to try to figure out how I was gonna do this. One, this used to be an empty stall. So there's a 3-car garage, and the single car bay was always where the car was supposed to be. It feels weird, I don't know where to look at this point. The single car bay was always where the car was supposed to be, but we ended up getting a family car like 3 weeks ago now, and it doesn't fit, like it's too narrow. So I told Aaron, I'll take over the single car bay as like sort of the studio, garage studio, and then use half of the 2-car bay as like staging and storage and stuff like that. So moving everything around was crazy, and then I wasn't sure how I was going to set up the stream in here. Initially, I was just going to take this old Mac Mini I had and try to get that working, but 48 hours ago, well, there's a lot more people here. Lord Git, Raj, how's it going? Lisa's in the house. I got a huge single water, absolutely. Hey, Jose. So, like 48 hours ago, I was like, man, it's gonna be really difficult. I'm used to streaming on Windows, and like, how are all my settings gonna convert, and how am I gonna hook up everything? So I ended up just taking my desktop and like basically the entire streaming setup from my studio, which is right above here, and bringing it all down here. So we've got, I'll show you guys kind of the setup here. Yeah, so we've got the regular screen that I'm looking at. I don't have the TV down here, but I did a quick search and was pleasantly surprised that I found an app that let me use the iPad. This is wireless. I'm only having it plugged in because it's charging, but it lets me use my iPad wirelessly as a monitor. So like I can literally take you guys right here and maybe drag you guys to the other computer, which I know that with Mac, that's a native thing, but I was shocked with how well it worked on Windows. So I've got my OBS here, I've got chat here, and this will be where we're like referencing stuff. So I'm pretty happy with how the setup kind of looks. Obviously, we are in a garage. So we've got like, if we get hot, I could always fill up the kiddie pool. We've got the kiddie pool, of course. If anyone wants to order a Christmas tree, we've got that, and all sorts of just good stuff that we don't normally have upstairs. So I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hot. It's currently 86 in here. So we'll see. I know it's supposed to be like 97 today. Luckily the garage is insulated, but I got up earlier, opened all the garage doors and tried to like flush the heat out and then close it before it got really hot, but it's still 86-ish, so we'll see how hot it gets in here. Should have brought your sign down. I know, I have another Modbot sign that's in the corner. It's mounted on the wall. You guys, if you saw the laser video, it's like the robot head and it doesn't really get shown much on camera, and that would be perfect right here. Long term, like the game plan long term is that we're getting a shed, and the shed will be living basically, I can show you guys this. The shed, oh yeah, it's super bright. This is just like a dog run area, and so the plan is the shed will be here. So once all this gets out of here and I have like a printer rack, I might throw something up here because this is probably going to be the backdrop, and it'll look nicer having a little sign or something up there. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't think YouTube likes hot tub. No, we won't do a hot tub stream. I'm thinking about dipping the old toes, just dipping the old toes in there. So the reason why we are in the garage is because we are building a monster. By far the biggest printer I've ever tested, ever built. It is called the FYSETC Venture XL, and it's originally I thought like, okay, it seems like it's kind of based on Phoenix, but it seems to me like it's sort of just a massive 2.4. Let's take a quick look at for anyone that isn't familiar with it, we'll take a quick look at the product page. But the reason why we're building it in here is, one, it's insanely heavy, and two, I won't be able to actually get it through, I won't be able to get it through a door. So if I built it, wherever I build it, it has to live. So that's why we are in the garage. I didn't have any other choice. So FYSETC's website needs a little bit of work on the CSS, I think. The images are pretty smushed. So let's see if I zoom in. There we go. But yeah, it's a really big machine. It's 600 by 600 millimeter build volume, and I want to say that the overall footprint is close to like a meter in each direction. Does it say specifically? I don't know if it says. So I'm curious to see how this is going to go. This workbench I'm building on is, well, it's 2 feet by 4 feet, and I put two of them together. So we've got 4 feet by 4 feet of space to work with here. So we'll see how it goes. I definitely didn't have a big enough piece of quartz to build this. So I'm thinking what we'll probably do is, like, as I'm putting the frame together, we'll have the corner piece that I'm tightening on the quartz and the rest of it hanging off. And hopefully there's enough on the quartz to support it so that I can get the frame square. And then once I know the frame's square, we'll end up probably just moving the quartz and building it directly on this tabletop. So, hey Deanna, how's it going? That's the size of a London flat. Yeah, I mean, coming from California, that's like, you know, the size of our condo when we were out there. It's like you can have a little bed and a little a little kitchenette in there and stuff like that. So the game plan today is that we are going to get everything out of the boxes. There are 3 very large boxes, and I don't know, they are labeled part 1, part 2, part 3, or not part, but 1 of 1, nope, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3. And I don't know if they did anything as far as like 1 of 3 is what you'll need for the first part, 2 of 3. I'm assuming we're gonna have to take everything out, which means I have no idea how I'm going to stage everything, but I figured we'll grab box 1, we'll take everything out, see what's there, and just make our way through the boxes. I've got, let's see. I'll basically be building on a 4x8 sheet of ply. Yeah, that's what this is. This is just, I built these, this was actually another YouTuber's plans. They're like little modular carts. So I took a big sheet of 4 foot by 8 foot ply and cut it in, I think I had to cut 2 of them down. But yeah, basically that's exactly what this is. So we've got 2 feet by 4 feet, 2 feet by 4 feet, so giving us a 4 foot by 4 foot square, approximately. I'm the one that cut these sheets, so they're not perfect. It's like where the seams of these 2 tables meet, it is not flat, so that's gonna be super fun. I think they put the CNC parts very nicely in the foam. Don't remove it. Okay. So you'll be yeah. Hey Simon. So let me just go ahead and grab. I'm just gonna. They did send this over, so I've had this machine, or I've had these boxes of machines for many months. They sent it, like, them and the ProForge showed up at the same, like, roughly the same time, but the ProForge showed up before, and I didn't realize how long the ProForge was going to take to build. So, I mean, is autofocus on? Yeah, it is. So they ended up sending me a bag of parts, which is really nice because someone had told me that there were no fuses for the AC beds, which is not good. So they did give me fuses and wires for the fuses, some Wagos, an assortment of different bolts and not spacers, but shims, or maybe these are a combination of things. So, and some printed parts. So I do have some parts that we're gonna need. The front of the sheet looks like there's no supports underneath it, or is that an illusion? On this note, it's supported. It is, I will show you, here. I will show you. We got workbench or work boxes, but yeah, they are supported. Yep. So 2x4s vertically and 2x4s around the edges. And then there's these little holes, and that's what I basically took 2 long bolts and bolted these 2 together. So I cannot see chat right now, so let me go ahead and grab the first box. It's gonna be a weird stream. I did end up buying another monitor, but based off the size of this thing, we might just be using the iPad for the second stream, or second. I can't talk today, y'all. Okay, so where's the top? I think this is the top. Okay, so all boxes are huge. Let me go ahead and change camera. Man of the Croc with the $5. Thank you so much. Money for pizza. Today's actually Erin's birthday. So if you see her in chat later, I think she's napping right now, but if you see her in chat later, wish her a happy birthday. Today is her birthday. Are you going to be putting the index on this? Also, my H keys is not working, so there are... Yeah, so people have asked me about the Bontech index, and this is definitely... The biggest issue is going to be once I build this, can I figure out a place where this thing can live? If I can do that, so I know I can hold on to it long term, then yes, I do think that this will be the machine that I will build and install index on. So yeah, that is sort of the plan at this point. Okay, so here's box 1 of 3. They're all the same size. They're absolutely massive. So let me see how high up I can get you guys so we can at least see what is in here. Let's zoom out. Can I zoom out anymore? Yeah, that'll work. The nice thing is that this table is a little bit lower or shorter than this table is a little bit shorter than the one upstairs. So hopefully I don't have to put the tripod on stilts. There's no way you guys are going to be able to see me like a top-down view of this build. I'm just saying that right now. There's absolutely no way. Oh, gonna get my stretches in this morning. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. And there we go. Woo! Use the storage shelf. What storage shelf? This thing? What storage shelf? Oh, you mean like just place the camera on top of it? Oh, I might be able to bust out the, I've got the, what's it called? The Pocket Osmo. I don't have a long USB cable for it, but if I get one, I might be able to have a handheld setup for this. Okay, I can't even see you guys. How am I gonna do this where I can see chat? Sheesh, okay, let's see. You need a step stool? I have 2 out here. We do have step stools. Okay, so we have got a bunch of slot covers, which I'm sure is going to be incredibly important for this build. So, man, organization is gonna be crucial for this. Let's see. Okay, we'll stick these here. We have got, wow, these are monsters. So these are the, I'm assuming these are for our Z. And they've got, I've never used motors like this, but I'm assuming it's got like built-in gear reduction to keep the gantry from slamming down. That's the only thing I can think of. They are labeled as FYSETC 1.8 degree hybrid stepper motors. But these are monsters. I'm really excited. Like, I'm not usually a big fan of big printers. I really am not. Like, Elegoo reached out when the Gigastorm came out and wanted to send it, and I said no a bunch of times. But this seems to me like it's got a lot of things that I really like if there were going to be a big printer. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. Yeah, I think they've got built-in gear reductions. I'm assuming for the Z-axis. There's 4 of them, so there's got to be one for each corner. But I've never used any steppers like this. Is focus look okay? I can't. The OBS screen is usually full screen on a 32-inch TV, and right now you guys are on like a 9-inch iPad. So let me know if focus is okay. I have manual focus on. It seems like it's okay, but I also can't tell. Did I click? Autofocus is on. It looks like it's okay. Just let me know. Someone yell at me if something's not right. I can see. I'll be able to see that. So looks fine. Cool. Okay, so let's just go ahead and kind of create a little line here of the motors. So we got 4 motors for our Z. What else do we got here? We got our AB motors. I mean, they're all beefy motors. Even these, I mean, it's been a while since I built a 2.4 or a Trident, but even these look fairly beefy. These are also 1.8 hybrid stepper motors. Let me look at this model number between these two. So the ones with the gear are 42. Okay, so they the same starting serial number, which is 42HSC 8418, but the standard ones end in 37, and the ones with the gears are 19PG27S's. NEMA 17s, yes. Yes, I think so. I've got calipers out here. Let me grab my calipers. At least I think I do. I'm pretty sure I shoved them back. Yes, I did. Yes. It's funny because if you guys remember, I went from having no calipers a while back to now I've got 3 calipers, which I guess doing the stuff I do, having a lot of calipers is not a bad thing. Let's just measure these guys. So in height, these are approximately 62 millimeters tall and 42 millimeters wide. So 42 by approximately 60. Zombie! Welcome to the hot studio, also known as the garage. Yeah, I made Aaron breakfast today. We've got sort of a tradition. My parents have always done like breakfast in bed and singing happy birthdays, which we haven't stuck with that, but I'm a big fan of like making whoever's birthday it is breakfast. So for Jackson, I'd like to do the same when he's a little bit older, but for Aaron, I made her, we love bagels and lox in this house. So it was bagels with cream cheese, lox, red onion, capers, and dill. So if you don't like smoked salmon, I'm sorry, but we love it. And then this is gonna be our little extruder motor. So this is a 1.8 degree hybrid, and yeah, you can see probably the serial number on there. Heat pump video time. Yeah, I was joking around. Watch, I'll show out here's the far out shot. But Jackson's little inflatable pool's here, and I'm like, dude, if I need to, if it gets too hot one of these days, I'm just gonna fill this bad boy with water and stand in it for the stream. It's ice cold water. At least keep my lower half nice and cool. Is Erin in chat? I think she's sleeping. Which calipers do you have? I honestly have always gotten relatively inexpensive ones. He said you're thinking about buying Nico. That's what I have, Nico. I think I've owned 2 pairs of Nico, and then I bought one other pair. Honestly, I've been really pleased with them. I know that there's a few people online that have recommended these really expensive ones, and they're probably better, but for what I'm doing, I've never had issues with just like the Nico ones, and I don't think I pay more than, it's been a long time, but I don't think I pay more than like $15 or $20 for them, and they've worked well. So feed stream. Garden status. Garden is doing pretty good, man. Man, I'll show you guys one little quick update here. We got our first tomatoes. Our first tomatoes have turned red, which is exciting. Jackson inhaled them all this morning. For some reason, the cucumbers have not been getting pollinated, but I just took this photo for Erin this morning because she's a big fan of cucumbers, and our first cucumbers finally pollinated, so that's super cool. Beans are growing like crazy, but no beans on them yet. I'm dealing with the craziest amount of, I think they're aphids. Aphids or mites, but my Brussels sprouts are getting demolished, so I need to figure that out. Peppers are coming in. We've got our first like 5 jalapenos on the plants. We've picked a bunch of blueberries. I've got 2 zucchinis to cut, and squashes are starting to flower as well. Ooh, and 3 of my corn. I've got 3 corn growing. So I did manually pollinate them because I read online that unless you have a bunch of corn, they won't pollinate because they're wind pollinators. But yeah, garden's going really good. Yeah, if you told me a week ago that today was her birthday and you love bagels, I would have sent you some. Honestly, it's been such a crazy week, Deanna. Jackson's been fighting something on and off, it feels like, for a couple weeks. It was sort of like a head cold, and then we thought he was over it, and then he was acting really weird on Sunday, and then he got sick. Like, I don't want to be graphic, but like he got sick from his stomach. And I think the last 2 days, today he seems better, but it's been a kind of a crazy week, so I didn't really I didn't really have a good chance to. Soapy water is in a spray bottle, works great for aphids. Interesting. I'll have to try that. I've been just right now using a hose on high pressure and kind of spraying them off. I have been really on top of my squash bug problem though. I've been going out every day with a bottle of spray, like what you just described, with water and Dawn dish soap, and that seems to be working quite well. They did take down 1 zucchini plant, but it's a good thing that I'm kind of nutty and I'd planted 5 or 6 of them, so we still have another 4 or 5. And now that I know what I'm looking for, every 48 hours I go out there, lift up the plant, trim any of the leaves that are down low. They almost look like palm trees, my zucchinis and squashes, because I'm cutting them as they grow and just leaving a handful of leaves on top, and then checking for their eggs underneath it. So it's been a constant process to maintain. So these look like these are all stepper motor cables. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so these look like maybe 4 large ones for Zed, and then AB, they're all labeled. So I'm gonna keep these in the box together for now and keep these with the steppers to try to have some form of organization. Like I said, I'll probably end up getting tubs. I think I found a couple small tubs, so I'll probably segment this stuff a little bit more at a later time. If I'm missing any chat, again, I apologize. You guys are just on such a small screen and I'm doing my best here. So cable chains, all of the cable chains. Oh, I can start a cable chain business after how many cable chains this thing has. We've got our printed parts, which I'm assuming are probably all in ABS. I mean, I know a lot of times it feel like they're using eSun ABS, or I think at one point a lot of them are using eSun ABS Plus, which was having issues. So hopefully these will be fine. My plan is to use all the parts that this comes with, so it's going to be a black and red build. So we got printed parts. We can take a look at a few of the printed parts. Like here's the toolhead ones. I know that that's usually something people like to see, is how do the printed parts actually look. Nice, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Benny. Okay, so let's take out this little piece here. So they don't look bad to me at first glance. They're pretty shiny, which is usually not, I don't feel like ABS is usually quite that shiny, but it is pretty glossy. It's a pretty glossy filament. So, but like as far as layer lines go, it doesn't look bad. They printed on a powder coated PEI bed or some sort of textured bed, and there's a little bit of stringing here and there, but it really doesn't look bad to me at first glance. Here's this is just a spool holder, but let's take a look at this. Wait, they're PETG? Are you sure? Because they sure look like PETG.
For the you need a bigger studio.
It doesn't look okay. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Andrew, thank you so much for that. You need a bigger studio for this thing. I know, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, man. I originally was like, I'll just keep it on the ground, but then I lose a lot of height above it, and I can't stack things on top of it, so I might end up having to do similar to what Taylor did and build like a cart for it where I can store things at least underneath it. We'll have to figure it out. Are we sure it's PETG? I mean, it does look like it definitely looks like PETG to me. Like if you look at, let me see if I let the light hit it correctly. The sheen on it to me definitely resembles PETG, and the fact that there's a little bit of stringiness also resembles PETG, but that seems like madness to me that they would have done PETG for this. You know what, there's a lot of CNC parts though, so maybe it's just, maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe for the part, maybe they've tested it, and for the parts, it doesn't matter. That seems like an odd choice to me, though. 3D Customs, thank you so much for becoming a member. Nice, with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you both. Cheers. Cheers to both you guys. Yeah, I mean, that, I will reach out to them and ask. That seems like a very interesting call to me, but like I mentioned a second ago, both the sheen and then sort of like if you look at, just so we can get this in focus a little bit here. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's like a string right here, and usually when I see some hairs like this, it does resemble, like if somebody handed me this part and it wasn't a stealth burner part and you know just was a generic print and said what materials is, PETG would have been my guess. So I don't think that sounds, uh-oh, I think I said no, we don't want it. There we go. Zombie with a, oh my God, 35 months, man, thank you. A Swatch truck, of course. No, I don't know, man. I can't even think that far ahead, dude. I don't know, first print on this thing will be something. People are saying it's PETG nice. I am totally, put the takeoff tool head on it. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Tube would make sense on this, but if we're doing index, I might hold off on that just to see what, you know, what the hot end situation is like on index. I'll ask them. It's mostly CNC parts, so there's not a whole lot of printed parts as far as I'm aware. So maybe it's just the tool head that's PETG, but if that's the case, you can better believe I'll probably be reprinting those. This looks like it's all probably belts. Let's take a look here. No. What the heck? LEDs, baby! So these are just rolls because of how big this machine is. They just straight up give you rolls, 3 bags of LEDs, man. Well, that's cool. I am a sucker for LEDs. Everybody knows probably that. So that's cool. I'm not upset that we've got a bunch of LEDs on this bad boy. I feel like ordering a pizza. Which pizza should I get? I see the banana pizza. I've never tried before. Oh, man. Well, if you're asking me, I'm a big sucker for like, oh, man, I like pineapple, pepperoni, bacon, and jalapeno. That's like probably my favorite little wombo combo right there. Oh, wow. Okay, so here's extrusions. I'm just going to stack this foam by the door. I don't know how I'm going to even find space in the bin for this. Wow, these are monsters. So we got 40/40 extrusions. Where am I going to lay these guys? Woo. Okay, I'm going to scoot everybody over a little bit here. Scoot everybody over and see if I can... The wild thing is this is just the first box. Like once we're at box 3, what the heck am I gonna do? Okay, so yeah, we've got a 44. I mean, I think they're all pretty much maybe 40/40 and 20/40s. Nice, you're 37 months? Oh man, thanks buddy. I can't believe so you've been, yeah, since day 1, man. I'm a big sucker for calzones too. I don't order them very often, but I used to work at a Chicago style sports bar pizzeria, and I definitely got my fair share of calzones while working there. Yeah, I'm just gonna take all these extrusions out and stack them for now. This is nuts. Yeah, this thing is gonna be just so stinking heavy. Hear the shelf behind you? Which one? Wait, this one I can't do much with. I can probably put, yeah, okay, so I can definitely put the fiber laser up top. The K2 weighs a ton. The K2, man, I gotta show you guys. So the K2, I've had this printer for probably like 7 months now, right? And it has not printed because I got one of the early batches. And so this foot came completely sheared off in shipping. Basically, where's the foot? Here it is. So completely sheared off. And I tried removing the bolt and that was unsuccessful. It did not work. And so then they were gonna send me a replacement foot because I guess it was kind of a common issue with the first round of these things. And then Chinese New Year happened, so it never showed up. And then after that, no, I think they were out of stock. And then they ended up sending it to me like a month later, and they sent me just a bolt, and then they sent me it, and they didn't send me the right foot. So I'm just like, man, I'm probably just gonna move all the feet to a further point or figure out something. But this K2 is massive, it's heavy, and I haven't been able to do anything with it. So it's been a really frustrating start to the K2 Plus experience. But yeah, I could probably move the fiber laser up top, and that'll at least give me a little bit of room over here. This stuff I don't know for right now what really I can do with it all. Move the Christmas tree? Yeah, I could move the Christmas tree. I could put stuff up here. Maybe I'll put down some ply on that top shelf, the wire, so things don't fall through. Okay, so let's just keep pulling out extrusions. Try not to knock these over. Today might just be an unboxing stream, guys. I mean, we'll see how it all goes, but there's so many parts to get through. So set up the Christmas tree. Every donation gets an ornament added to the tree. Christmas in July. To be fair though, I don't actually have a Christmas tree. Growing up, we always did real trees, and so since Aaron they always had like a fake tree at the house, and so when we moved out together, I was like, no, I want to keep the tradition. So every year I go and get a tree. So I don't actually have a tree. We can print one on the Venture XL. Okay, so next we've got a bunch of rails. A lot of rails. These look like MGN 15s. So the Christmas tree. I'm just gonna try to measure it through the bag, but I'm assuming these are probably 15s. MGN 12. Okay, 12, not 15. So 12, are they all 12s? Let's see. Nope, these are skinnier. These 7s? 9s. Okay, 12s and 9s is what we got. MGN 12s and 9s. Gert John. I hope I didn't say that incorrectly. Gert, is it John or like Jean? Gert, thank you so much for becoming a member, renewing a membership. Actually, it looks like there's a number this way. Cheers, man. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to unbox everything. There's a lot of it. Taylor spent a lot of time looking around for bits. Okay, let's get box 1 undone and then take a look at the wiki and see where we are at with things and see whether it seems like we have everything to at least get started. Because I would love to not unbox everything. Like, I mean, part of me, right, wants to just take a look at all the goodies, but the other part of me understands that this is not a normal build and that probably is a good idea to just kind of build. Oh my god, more extrusions. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna scoot this partially off of the table. Okay, so these are... Oh, these are the curved corner pieces. So they're what, like 20... I mean, they're not 40-40, they're like... I don't know how you even describe this. It's like a 40-40 corner piece. Flemish roots or from Netherlands. Yeah, my uncle's name is spelled, if I'm not mistaken, it's spelled like John, John, but my mom has always pronounced it, I think like a Y actually, Jan. He's Swedish though, so I don't know if it's Jan. Maybe it's like a Y. All the boxes should be numbered. The boxes are numbered 1 through 3. It doesn't say anything about like whether that's the correct order to go through, because right now, unless... Yeah, so there's no hardware in this box. Like, we've got all of our rails, we've got all of our extrusions, it seems, but I don't have any hardware to actually start assembling it. So we're at least going to have to tap into box 2 and see if hardware is on top. I feel like labels are going to be a big thing. Labeling some of this stuff is going to be a big thing. I just got my Venture XL to home. You're in for a ride. Oh no. Well, that's what we're here for, right? amongst other things. So there is a couple 2020s. I felt like it would be a really good challenge, and I stand by that. I think it's going to be a really good challenge, and hopefully a good learning experience. What are all these? These are all little aluminum like slats. I'll just shove these all right here. Start at box 4. I don't have a box 4. Okay, I think that's everything. And then there's a couple extrusions right here. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have cleared box 1. I'm scared that these extrusions are gonna fall. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything in here. I definitely have been guilty of, I've been guilty of throwing away things before that aren't supposed to be chucked. So I think what I'll do is, for right this second, is put the foam back in this box. So let me grab the foam off the ground. I'm gonna throw this outside because I can do that since we're outside, and then worry about it later. I don't think I'll end up keeping all boxes, but I'm sure for like box 2 and 3 for now, I'll very likely end up keeping them as kind of a holding location. Okay. Let's go ahead and switch over here. That's why we're here. You, however, I bet you're missing some hardware. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of anticipating that. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, the cool thing about us being in the garage is this feels like a perfect place for me to bring down the Milo and finally get Milo working. Let me throw this. Let's just put this here. Seems like a good spot. Nice! Man, with the 5 more gifted memberships. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much for all the support, man. Okay, I guess box 2 it is. So box 1 contains, let me turn these off really quick. Box 1 contained, it seems like all the aluminum extrusions, and there's a lot of them, especially these little thin slat pieces, which I'm not sure offhand right now what these are actually going to be used for. We've got corner pieces, primary frame pieces, like all of our frame pieces, I'm assuming this is a lot of aluminum. And then we've got our printed pieces, all of our stepper motors, a bunch of LEDs, and cable chains as well. So what's going on, Viking? Everyone reminded about the box. Yes, I'm sure I will see it. My concern is the first thing that Monkey's gonna do when we let them out to go to the restroom is see that box and pee on it, because that's just the kind of pupper he is. Okay, box 2 of 3. So let's get this one. Let's get this one in place. Oh, lift with your legs. Not with your back. Okay. Okay. All right. I would love for the hardware to be on top. I am also, let's just take a quick peek here at the wiki to see what the starting point is for this. So, okay, I'm gonna scoot this over a little bit here. Wiki, here we go. All right, Venture XL, a 600 cubic millimeter core XY is inspired by classic, okay, 2.4. Key components to this kit are high resolution CNC. Meanwhile, it comes with the necessary printing components and tools, and the print head and control box have been pre-assembled. That's not the case with, that is not the case with mine. This must be updated because you saw my print head, it is certainly not assembled. Maybe start installation effortlessly with the need to prepare additional parts. You can immediately engage in printing work and enjoying an efficient and convenient printing experience. I will be the judge of that. My dog would pee on that box before I had a chance to unload it. Yeah, that's Monkey, man. Delilah, she's a sweet girl. But Monkey, like when he goes outside, that dude just does rounds and like he's like, what can I pee on? Like everything. That is the answer. Hello from South, is that MS, Mississippi? Hey, Jeff. The only thing that was pre-assembled for me was the electrical box. Okay. I'm assuming you were probably in the first 50 then too, right? I know that Delmar said a little while ago that the first 50 probably had some things. No new puppy. Monkeys are 10-year-old smaller pity mix. I don't know if you guys, he doesn't really come upstairs. That's Delilah's domain. You might see him come out to go pee to go pee at some point during these streams. Okay, we saw that. It's equipped with a 550 chip microcomputer, host computer, TMC 5160s, 7-inch high definition touchscreen, capacity of with a printing speed of 500. Is that meters per second? Is that what I'm reading? Is there a missing M there? I'm assuming. An acceleration of 50,000 only brings extremely fast printing. The size of the machine is designed and reserved installation processes for IDEX and all-wheel drive, providing with broader possibilities. In addition, the complete enclosure design provides an insulated space for the printer, which is definitely helpful for having in the garage. That is absolutely the case. Did you get the bed wires? I think so. Are you talking about the ones like with the fuses? They sent me a separate baggie that has some wires and fuses in it, so I'm assuming that's what that is. Okay, so here's all the specs for anyone interested. Spider Pro 2, Stealth Burner, Komobo, never used that. 7-inch touchscreen, RGB lighting, gotta have that. Horizontal and vertical, God, it's gonna be a party. Dual 350 watt PSUs, 148, 124, big 5160s and 2209s. High power 63 amp and maybe 40 amp contactor. Okay, so that's a big one for me because I checked and I've got pretty much all 15 amp circuits. It does look like the primary garage circuit is a 20 amp, so maybe we'll try that. I'm eventually going to get some dedicated circuits added in here, but that is not happening probably during this stream. So keeping busy with 3D printer related projects. How are you doing? I'm doing good, man. A lot of the same. Busy with the YouTube channel. We released the release candidate for Milmage, which is Lightburn CNC software. So it's go time on me making videos for documentation. So that's fun. I'm excited for that because I'm excited to dive more into CNC world. And then just preparing for the baby, man. We're like less than 60 days out from the due date, and we're anticipating that because Jackson came a month early, that Landon will be here early. So just kind of like counting down the days, you know. I have a first 50, came with some extra wires. Okay. Or came with some extras. Mine didn't come with them. Mine didn't come with them either, Noodle. They sent them to me after. Okay, so 900 by 900 by 900. That's the footprint. So if my math serves me correctly, it should fit on this massive double bench that I've got here. So that's probably where it'll live for a while until I can figure out something else. 4040 aluminum strain, Nevermore. Okay, I don't know if we need to go through this. We've got an entire bomb, a very large bomb. And let's see, to do this, as an open source has unlimited possibilities, we'll do our best to improve this information. Okay, paper writing diagram, instruction manual, quick card wiring tutorial. What is I? Is X done and then I in progress? Wiring, structural install, configuration install. I don't know if there's no key here for me to know what I and X represents. Okay, but it looks like the base stuff is mostly here. I'd read the change log. Was that here? Or is that on the GitHub? I didn't see a change log on here. Okay, so we are starting with the frame. A very large bomb. Oh no. You definitely are keeping busy. Remember to relax. Yeah. You sound like my parents, Viking. Every time I talk to my mom, she's like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm doing good. I'm not sleeping still, and I'm doing this and doing that and doing this. There's not enough time, but I know I need to. I went yesterday. We had Aaron at a doctor's appointment. I went to a sleep study doctor because my sleep is just awful, and my little dental device I've been using isn't really working. So I'm probably going to end up trying out the CPAP lane, which I know a bunch of people in chat have recommended to me over the years. Wait, left side of your screen. I missed it already? It was missing Centroid. Has that been added yet? Did you test out the release candidate, or is that during the beta? Hey, Shrimp. You said left side underneath the XL. Oh, changelog. Got it. Instructions for use. Nice! Oh, man. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for the, is that Euro, 20 euros? I think, no, pounds? Euros. That's euros. Thank you so much for the donation. Baby preparation fun, enjoy. Cheers, man. Yeah, luckily we've got a lot of stuff from Jackson that we're going to be reusing, but Aaron did put together a much smaller, whatever the list is called when you have a baby. Like why can't I think of what it's called? I don't know, the list, like Aaron would, what's the list called of like lists of things you need that you can give out? I can't think of the word right now, but there was a few things on there, and we've definitely, like, family and stuff has been getting some of this. A lot of it's like bottles, bottle cleaners, some clothes. We didn't have a bunch of newborn stuff. Buy something for me. I will. Registry, that's the word. Thank you. I don't know why that wasn't coming to mind. Yeah, she put together a small registry, but it's way smaller than Jackson's was. So we've gotten some stuff. Thank you. Yeah, it's registry. I will. I'll let Aaron pick something off the list with a donation. Nice. You're probably talking from experience too. Not fun hitting that metaphorical wall. Great that you're taking steps to get better sleep. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing YouTube and content and stuff for like 15 years now, and I can feel it in my mind and in my body. Like, I just don't have the same level of energy I used to. And I thought that once we had our first kid, I'd be able to maintain the same schedule, and it has not been the reality. Like, one of the big things I did was, instead of doing a video every single Saturday, now I do 2 on, 1 off. And even that's been difficult, but that was a massive, like, it was difficult for me to allow myself to do that, but it's been massively helpful to, like, if a video is taking longer than necessary, or if life stuff's happening, like, hey, I can just, this is my off week or whatever. So, okay, instructions for the motor, updated notes. Okay, so this looks like I should probably just have this open the entire time. So it's starting at page 26, there's some changes. That seems to be the key thing. So let's leave this page open. Let's get back to the assembly guide. Let's get to frame assembly. Jeez Louise. So the things I need are bolts and these little triangle corner pieces. Sort extrusions, collector extrusions, and sort by length. We'll highlight the extrusions using each step. I wonder if I should label all these, man, honestly. Or, I mean, these ones are kind of easy to see. So let's go ahead and let's open up box 2, because the main thing we need, hey BBs! The main thing we need is hardware. That's like the key thing that we cannot move forward without having all of our bolts and corner pieces. So let's crack this open and hope that maybe it's in here. If it's not in here, I'll cry a little bit. I feel like that's something that would have been nice to have included in box 1. And maybe, like, this is a very early version of this printer, so I don't doubt that things have changed, and if someone were to get one, I wouldn't be surprised if they did do a different job of organizing. So you can't can't fully judge based off this, but I have always said to companies, like, I'm not a fan of testing out like beta stuff, so hopefully it's at least nearly, you know, nearly the finished experience. Oh, it's a good thing I'm kind of tall. Okay, holding this back, opening this up, opening this up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, presto. Look at that webcam, dude. Got ourselves a Logitech webcam. Okay, so this, I'm assuming these look probably like power supplies. I'm gonna leave a lot of this stuff in. Okay, I'm lying. This is not at all what I thought. This is electrical. This looks like all electronics. So for right now, let's just leave this. It would be probably beneficial for me to grab a Sharpie. Let me see if I got a Sharpie somewhere close by, everyone. Yeah, this is gonna be my candidate for the Bondtech index for sure. I would love to have some very large, like 0.8 CHTs or something like that on here, a few of them. Okay, so this is, we're just gonna call this assorted electronics. This will be helpful, because otherwise what's gonna happen is during this stream, like during this series, I'll be opening this box a bunch of times looking for a thing that I know won't be in there now that I've got a label on it. What is this? This looks like more electronics. I see. Is this our, what is this? This is a screen. Okay. Screen. This is gonna be a weird build, everyone. I'm just letting everyone know. Like, there's gonna be a lot of like, it's gonna be a weird stream series. A fun one, and I'm very excited for it, but I'm just preparing everyone for weirder than normal. I want you to put either a Calamity or Takeoff. Oh, I want to put either Calamity or Takeoff on my Venture XL. Yeah, I think it's a great candidate for, I think it's a great candidate for one of those tool heads. So this is our touchscreen. Boom. What is this? This is, looks like PCBs. I see a tool head board. I see other boards. I see, these are all small boards. Drivers. Okay, so we'll just put stepper, drivers, and electronics. I want to know how long it takes to heat up that volume. Yeah, you and me both. So let's just say drivers. And let's put PCBs. All right, what is this? Nozzles, nozzle galore. They gave us a bunch of nozzles. 3-day heat soak. Gotta find the box with the gummy. Yeah, that'll be my feedback. It's great, but it needs gummy bears. Okay, so we've got literally like a whole pack of nozzles, and I'm gonna assume this is just. I'm not even gonna open it right now. I can't see labels, but I'm gonna assume. So these are, actually I will open one because they're like knockoff CHTs. Turn it on now, it'll be ready when you build it. Yeah, so these are sort of like the, we'll take one out, screw it. So they're like the, oh, come on. So they're like the knockoff CHTs. And I'm assuming, like, this is, what size is this? This is a 0.8, so I think they just gave us a variety of these sort of CHT style nozzles. This is our hot end stuff. So this is hot end stuff. We've got our, I've used this before, I think. I feel like this might have been in a different build that we did. Is this what was in our, you know what? This is what was in the Voron, wasn't it? This looks like the Voron. So we'll start with this. I can guarantee that this will not be what we end up with long term, just because I will want something bigger. And like I mentioned, it'll probably be the index. Hey, TJ. That's a TZ V6. Okay. I went straight to the Rapido 2 V2 Plus Ultra High Flow on mine instead of the nozzle. Batch 2 might be coming with Rapidos. Got it. So this is hot end. I've definitely got other hot ends upstairs, so we can potentially, I mean, we'll see. We'll play around with it. I know I've at least got like a Voron Dragon, probably high flow up there that maybe we can just throw on it as a starting point if we want. I do like to build it as intended, but with this big printer, I might go against some of my usual rules. Needs a tube. Tube! Okay, so we've got bearings. We've got snippers. We've got pulleys. We've got, I don't know, command strips. We've got tons of JST connectors. We've got extruder gears. We've got tweezers, some kind of tweezers. Allen keys, belts, zip ties, tubes, more tweezers, more bearings, hinges, cable stuff, belt stuff. Okay, here we go. We're making progress. So corner brackets, I'm gonna take this out. I don't know what to label this box. This is a very odd, maybe motion, because it's got yeah, we'll call it motion. Call this motion box. Motion. All about the motion, baby. Did someone say Alan? Hey, Alan! Welcome to the new hot studio, man. Let's see, are we climbing in temp? I'm curious to see if we're climbing. No, temperature's dropping. We're at 85.8 now. We were at 86.5 when we started. Oh. Okay, so we got our corner brackets out. That is a good thing. What is this? This monster box right here. Oh, it's actually not that much a monster. So this is, what are these tubes? Is this for cooling? Is this a cooling thing? This seems like it's probably for the filter. We got a little bit of like HEPA stuff. So I'm gonna assume this is probably for the Nevermore. I'm just gonna call this box Nevermore. That's the Stealth. Okay, Stealth Max. So we will call you. Let's call it Nevermore. I think Stealth Max is a variant of Nevermore. All right, so let's take this out. Yeah, I guess let's just take this whole layer out. I'm scared that my extrusions are gonna fall over. Okay. I'm just gonna take this out and place it on the ground. All right, what do we got now? All right, now we're making progress. Here's a big bag of hardware. We might be able to stop here as far as the unboxing goes. I'm gonna take this out, put it on my chair. What is this? This is, I don't know what this is. I see some bearings, I see some hardware. We'll take this out as well. It looks hardware related. Packaging does look good. They definitely don't seem to have cheaped out on foam. Disposing of this will be a total pain in the butt because you can't put it in the recycle and the trash, it'll just fill it right up. So here's our beautiful casters, which is wild to me, building a printer on casters, but makes a lot of sense given the size and weight of this to be able to move it around. So we'll leave our casters in, and then I think this is our electronics box. It sure looks like it. So I'm gonna leave that. I'll do a quick peekaroo underneath this layer to see if there's anything else. Here's our massive, I think it's the 20 amp cable. This thing is a monster. This is a monster power cable. Let's see what's underneath here. Yeah, this is bed stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's throw the top layer back in. Oh, all the grunts. Throw the top layer back in. Throw the cover on it. And then I will just take this whole box and put it on the ground for now. Whew. And whew. Okay. Yeah. Let's just, sure, we'll do a zoomed out shot so you can see me struggle. Let's take this and
put our K2 to work.
I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a quick water break and read chat for a sec here. Be a lot of water breaks in the stream. Everyone stay hydrated. Up, temperature's gone up. I can feel the heat. That looks like a server box. Yeah, that's only one of 3 boxes, and all 3 boxes are the same size. Dan is going to get henched by the. Well, one of my goals is definitely to exercise more. So maybe if you try, that'll be in my review of this. Like, are you trying to get in shape? Does traditional exercising, have you tried it and it hasn't worked for you? Then build a Venture XL. Are the machines enclosed? Are these? Yeah, they are. They are enclosed. Yeah, we'll have to do like a stretch break. Pretty sure it's the Mickey Mouse that Jackson watches that does the stretch break. Hey, Steve. All right. So it says to sort out the extrusions. I can do a little bit of that by at least moving. Let's at least take all these little slat guys, because these are the ones that are gonna fall and get lost. I can feel that right away. Let's move these over here. I think that I've got enough of a gap that I can put the 2020s over here as well without it hitting when we put the bigger extrusions on. So let's just place these over here, place this over here, place this over here. More slats. I'm really curious about what the slats are for, because they're not very structural. I mean, I guess if you have them across, they could help bridge some stuff. So maybe that's. Try not to bend our rails too much. Okay, lots of linear rails. It definitely got kind of crushed. Hopefully it didn't do any damage. Get all the 2020s out of here. Sorry. All right. Okay, so we got rails are gone, 2020s are gone. We're left with our little smooth corner pieces. I wonder if I can fit these extrusions. I might try to put some of these corner guys. You know what? I think I've got space actually. Let's take a quick look at what we're gonna need first here. Let me lay, these guys can lay flat. Yeah, organization and moving around is gonna be the name of the game for sure. Okay. Sort extrusions, collect your extrusions, sort them by length. Yeah, I get that. I'm not doing that right this second here. Prepare the first 8 aluminum ones. So the first 8 aluminum ones all have this sort of notch on them, which should make them a little bit easier to identify. So let's start with doing that. So I'm gonna move all the ones with the smooth side over here. So we definitely aren't using those right now. Or at least not right this second. Okay. These are... Let me lay these ones out. Okay. So this looks like one of those. This looks like one of those. This does not look like, oh no, this does look like one of those. This does as well. This does as well. So pretty much all of these appear to be, this is the kind of odd one. Okay. and then this one. So this says there should be how many with notches? There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this one's probably the odd one. This is not one of these ones. I don't actually see this one listed, which is a little bit. It must be this guy maybe. Is there holes in this one? There are. So this one's got 2 holes in the center. Can I zoom in? Yes, so that is this one. Cool. So these are the 8. Let me move this guy off out of the way again. Okay. 4040 is, yeah, it's ridiculous. The feeling of having a 2K cheat at almost the price of 2.4 mods. Yeah, the price, I mean, the price for, oh, also, I mean, the full disclosure, this was sent to me by FYSETC. They did send it for testing or for building. So I did want to say that. They obviously haven't seen the live stream because it's live, and the opinions are that of my own as always. I never, if ever I'm testing or reviewing something, I'm very transparent with the company that I'll work with them if there's issues, but you know, there's no sort of like things I can or can't say. I'll say whatever I want about the thing. So anyways, based off of these, we've got this laid out, and the main thing we are, ooh, this stuff right there, I just saw that. That little blue bag right there is what you need for your blueberries to make your soil acidic. Anyways, these all have this sort of notch on them. So you've got, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 that are the exact same. Let me verify that by the numbers. Yes. So these are all B extrusions. And then the 2 that have these little notches right here are our A extrusions. So this is what we're doing. It says, prepare them as shown above. Screw the 6 pieces into the aluminum profile. Do not tighten. Prepare them as shown above. Hey, Captain! Okay, so this says AB extrusion. So is this telling me that for every single AB extrusion, that's what we need to do? It looks like it. So basically 6 M512s per. Prepare the first 4 aluminum profiles that we use in this section. Yeah, it looks to me like it's saying that we want to put M512s in all of them, button heads. So let's go ahead and grab out some hardware here. Let's see if we can find our M512s. Move the camera so you're not just looking at my feet. There we go. I'm gonna probably have to figure out a hardware organization for this. I'm assuming this is a ridiculous amount of different things, and I will absolutely lose them. I will absolutely lose them if we don't figure out something. At the very least, I need to organize them by like M5s are here, M3s are here. I'll have to figure out, maybe I'll just 3D print out a little tub, M2s, all that stuff. This is gonna be, every time I'm looking for a piece of hardware, it's gonna be like half an hour. M510s, M512s. Okay, so it is a big bag, which makes sense considering each of these appears to need 6 of them. So let's go ahead and put all this back in here. Oh, it's such a heavy bag of hardware. Okay. And then we are going to be using probably a 2.5mm driver, I think. That's the worst part, searching for all the different screws. Yeah, I mean, that kicks my butt on not builds like this. So I can imagine on a build like this, it's going to be brutal. And organization is going to be oh so important. Okay, so we need a 3mm driver, it looks like. All right, so I'm just going to basically, because we have to install so many of these, just bring you guys down low like this and like this. Got paper towels in case things get messy. Cool, and we'll just kind of go like this. You guys can see my You know what? Let me turn off autofocus too, because it's going to trip out otherwise this entire time. There we go. Okay. So it looks like on the pointy side, which is this side, the 2 screws are going into the shorter side. So we'll just go ahead and start loading these up. I am not going to Loctite. I am not going to Loctite this. Yeah, that is what I'm deciding. The things I will Loctite are pulleys for sure, but for frame stuff, I'm not Loctiting them. For me, paper towels are variable sized. Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous Loctiting each of these screws, so we're just not going to. There's been a ton of builds where I haven't done it with the frame and it's been no problem. I get that this is a monster machine, but I still think that we'll probably be okay. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's July going? How was everybody's, if you're in the States, how was your July 4th? Forgot that it was July 4th since I saw you last. Still do not have a screen though. Bought a Manta M5P for it. For what? What build? Found how we're getting things ready to finish up from the DU. What's the DU ender? DU. Man, I'm sweating. That's okay. It's okay. A little sweat is good for the soul. Yeah, so we'll basically do all of this side, then I'll flip out all the extrusions, then we'll do the 4 on the other side of each of them. And then hopefully we'll be starting to assemble. Dropped my first screw. We've broken the ice, everybody. And it only took us, we're what, 6 screws in. I've already dropped one. Survived the 4th with all my fingers and toes. The dogs, oh no. Yeah, we're lucky. Our dogs don't really care. I mean, they've kind of been around fireworks their whole life for 4th and New Year's. And man, where we lived at one point, there was just like, it's a Saturday. Oh my God, dropping screws. Like, you know, it's a Saturday, time to light off some fireworks. So they're pretty used to it at this point. We had a bunch of people, like, it was kind of a, not quite a block party, but it was like 6 or 7 houses. And our house is the only 2-story actually. So and the sun sets behind us. So it casts a shadow. It's pretty nice. So everyone kind of set up. We did it all in front of our house. But the weather, it was such a trip. Like when I think of 4th of July coming from California, especially, it's always really hot and sunny. And last year in Idaho, it was also the same way. It was brutally hot. And we had storms this year. So it was like, one second we're all hanging out and grilling, and the next second we're all huddled underneath little pop-up tent things and waiting out the rain. So it was definitely interesting. It was interesting, but it was cool. Jackson really liked the fireworks. Last year he was a little too young and we had to have like earmuffs on him or whatever because he was a baby. But this year he was like, yeah, and running around with the other kids. Hey, Kenneth. One dog goes and tries to attack them. The other trembles. Oh man, that's awful. Yeah, I used to work at PetSmart a long time ago. I think when I was 20. And I know that every time the 4th rolled around, there was a bunch of people coming in getting like mellow treats, or they sell these things called thunder jackets that are supposed to help, like, I don't exactly know how they work, but I think they're just basically like tight jackets or something like that that make the dog feel a little bit safer. Yeah, I know that for a lot of dogs, it's quite traumatic. My cats don't like firecrackers. I don't remember if my cats were pretty skittish all around. I know that every time we turned on the vacuum, Sabrina, our bigger cat, she would bail. He'd never find her. I can't believe we're finally like starting to put bolts into this monster. It's been such a long time of me like having these boxes in the garage and sort of anticipating it. So finally starting on this journey. My dog looks at me like, why are we outside? World War III is happening. Oh no. Okay, so we got all of the screws in on this side. So now I'm just basically going to, swap all of them over because we have to put 4 in each side on the other side. So we'll just go one at a time. 1. There's 2. 3. And there we go. All right. Side shot. Really happy I was able to figure out how to get the iPad working though. Like, I mean, we'll see after a stream or two how well it works, but so far it's flawless. Like, I just was concerned that I wasn't gonna be able to tell if I was in focus throughout the entire thing, or you know, what chat was saying. So kind of panicked last night. I'm at least thankful that the garage here is insulated, because that's the at least 10 Fahrenheit difference between what I'm sitting in versus what's outside right now. And our last place wasn't insulated, and it was, every time I had to do light burn videos, you know, on the laser in the garage during summer, it was like, oh, help, send help. Man, we got a lot of screws. This is definitely like a bit of a screw simulator here. I've got a lot more to go. Got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 more screws to go after this one. Probably use not all the bag, but a lot of the bag. I converted a pair of Ender 3s to Core XYs, but the beds still, so this looks more stable, but the beds, so this looks more stable. Screw it. Yeah, so many screws. I can convert my conversion. Yeah, I'm really curious as to how long this thing's gonna take to heat up. Like, even for PLA, because it's gonna be staggered. I imagine, I mean, I don't have plans of doing ABS parts on this. Like, I get that some people, like, large ABS parts might be appealing. For me, like, this is mostly gonna be PLA and PETG, so the bed won't really have to get above maybe 70 Celsius for PETG. But even that is gonna take a long time if we're doing one bed from 0 to 70, second bed from 0 to 70, third bed from 0 to 70, fourth bed from 0 to 70. One of the first things I actually want to do on this is, I don't know if I mentioned on stream, I probably have, but I've been wanting to do some hue forges for Jackson's room. His room's kind of bland right now, and I want to make hue forges, 3 of them, of just dinosaurs wearing sunglasses. And so this will be perfect. I don't know that I'll do the full 600 by 600, but even like 400 by 400 or 450 by 450, and then probably frame them. That's something I'm pretty excited about. ABS though, the chamber temp, and make sure the gantry is stable. Yeah. Xiaomi sent me over this board a while back that I think it connects, it's like a ridiculous amount of thermistors. I don't know if it's like 4 or 8 or 10, but it was a lot. And I'm thinking that this could be a cool printer to hook that up to. Just so that way I can kind of have like a thermistor in each corner, like just random places so I can really see how even or uneven the temperature distribution is inside of this thing. I was gonna ask if you were gonna enclose it. Yeah, we will definitely enclose it. Since it'll be living in the garage and I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of CNC stuff for Milmage videos, there's gonna be dust and crap flying around. So yeah, it's not a requirement, but most machines that are out here, I need them to be enclosed to try to keep dust from settling on the greased up rails and stuff like that. Would be great to see the difference. Yeah. For science, when Xiaomi first messaged me about it, I was like, I don't know if I have a machine for that. And I was like, well, I don't have a machine for that yet, but I do have this ridiculously large machine we're building, and it seems like that could be useful in a situation like this. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do a stream on it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We got a bunch of stuff to do. Give me my driver. Why are you? There we go. I'm going to screw them in a little bit less, because if I screw them in too far, I'm just going to have to unscrew them to get them to slide into the extrusions. I plan to put a thermistor on the tool head so I can move it around the printer. Oh, that's cool too. That's a really neat way of doing it. And you've got a mobile thermistor. I mean, you've got the one in the hot end, but that one is influenced obviously by the hot end if the hot end's running, and also it's just not out in the open. So having one out in the open is probably a good idea. 4-point thermistor set up inside that monster would be sick. Yeah. Maybe at the bottom, actually, now I'm thinking about it, or maybe midway up, because since heat rises, having them at the top, yet us printing on the bottom might not be the most effective. But I guess if we can have 8 thermistors, I want it to look clean though, so it depends on how crazy the wiring's gonna be. But if I can figure out a way to route them in the channels cleanly, then if it can do 8, maybe like 4 on top and 4 on bottom, so we get like a full view of each corner of the machine and what the temperature's like. Okay, 8 more screws. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Arms are starting to glisten from sweat. Try to do that with the hot end, but the block has too much mass. It takes, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Since it's typically inside of aluminum or copper. Yeah, that makes sense. It would influence it both. Yeah, it would take time for the block to get to its sort of stabilized temperature. It wouldn't be nearly as efficient for quickly checking temperature in different locations. Bottom, back, top, and tool head. Well, knock on wood, so far all the threads in these seem to be going really nicely. It's always a concern. I've definitely had a few builds. I think it was on one of the Cyborg ones where I didn't realize that we had to thread and tap one of the extrusions, and it worked okay. I think I've had to do it on 2 streams so far. 2 different builds required it, so hopefully this won't be one of those builds. Big shout out to the functional filament runout sensor. It's a godsend when you've got lost spools and don't have enough. Yes. I was very anti filament runout sensor for probably my first 5 years of 3D printing. They were so unreliable, and nearly every time they caused me to either lose the print completely, or the shift when it restarted was so bad that I'm like, well, this looks awful. But with how reliable they've gotten now, I agree completely. Like, I used to just stash all of my nearly gone spools and like just have them sit because I was dreading having to use them, and that's also why I think a big part of why the filament combiners were so popular back then. But now I don't have any issues with doing that. I just actually printed out a part last week that required almost exactly the amount I had left on 2 spools, and it did a perfect job of it. Guess who's getting some BQ flip-flops? Oh man, sweet dude, they're so comfortable. I'm not wearing them out here because, like, I don't know, the garage is not the cleanest. I mean, I try to clean it, but it's the garage. And because it's meshy material, like if you have any sort of rock or screw, it'll just get inside of it. But inside the house, it's like walking on clouds, man. Two-day print using PETG, and it's been working perfectly. Nice. What printer are you? What printer is it that you're using right now? Okay, we have got our bolts in. Yay! So we need the 4 of our 6 B extrusions. Build the frame on a flat surface. Build the frame on glass or granite to ensure you get flat. Take out the 4 pieces shown in the picture. The profile, assemble to connect them end to end. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to start by. Let's see, we'll do zoomed view. I'm gonna shove these underneath. I've got a little bit of space down here. I think just enough to pass these extrusions. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Awesome sauce. And then we are going to, so it looks like, yeah, so vertically. So basically we're going to get them like this. So let's get this out of here. And we want them, so standing in this orientation. So, can you guys can kind of see that, but not really. Yeah, so basically like this, where this cut piece is standing upwards versus being like that or like that. It needs to be on its side. And then we're gonna take this and put it up against this. And slide this in. Wait, that doesn't seem right. Yes, like this. Okay, so facing outwards. I just realized I have autofocus off, so I'll get you guys in focus in a sec here. So like this. There we go. Okay, so the couple of things. I need to clear out a little bit of space. Let's zoom out. Let's do. Is that Nuno? Nuno's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Oops. All right, let me. I just want to make sure that the extrusion is not resting on anything, otherwise it won't be perfectly flat. So I think I got it now. So we are going to why don't I feel the bolt? Okay, bolt looks like it's aligned. What is going on here? Oh wait, this is... Why is this at such an angle? Oh, it's because it's because I don't have both of them slid in. That's why. Okay. So I need to go out further. There we go. Okay. It helps if you got both of them in. So let me take my little not using the washer trick. I don't know if I'll need it. I don't know if I'll need it for this because of how big they are. It seems pretty square. Yeah, usually the washer trick is so that way the rail doesn't twist on you as you're tightening it. But because of how heavy these are, I don't know that they're gonna twist. Yeah, it definitely, like when I was doing, gotta be careful with my thumb. When I was doing 2020 extrusions, it was definitely a big issue for me, but with how big these 4040s are and just the weight, they don't seem to be wanting to twist at all. But we'll see. If I run into an issue, then I'm absolutely not against doing this shim or... You know what? 1, 2, 3 blocks is probably not a bad idea. I don't know why I didn't think to grab those. They're upstairs right now. I mean, the machinist square seems to be working fine, but yeah, 1, 2, 3 blocks are probably easier. That seems perfectly square to me. So we will, how do I want to do this? I think I will rotate 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so I think we got that one. So we will just go ahead and rotate it like this. It's going to be interesting. Also, am I doing this incorrectly? I don't think so. How are you registering the two parts together? Do they butt up? They do butt up against each other. Wait, you mean in the corners? No, they don't butt up against each other. So it's possible, like, yeah, I mean, it's possible they could be shifted a little bit because there's going to be a little bit of wiggle room as I'm tightening in the screws. So yeah, we'll see, I guess. Next up is the build. He bought a bigger workbench. Yeah, it would be nice if I had, because like this wants to twist a little bit because it's unsupported. I'm almost wondering if I need to grab like a clamp and clamp this down. I might need to. Let's see, so let's grab the next one. That's this guy. And this is going in like this. Yeah, I think I might clamp. Oh, actually, I can't clamp this down. Now that I think if I go all the way to the edge, I might be able to with my bigger clamps. Yeah, let me try it. Let me get a clamp. Where would a clamp be out here? Probably over here. Give me one sec. Oh, also, I gotta show you guys this because I'm excited and we're in the garage together. We talked about for the longest time that I needed to get a vise, and I didn't have a vise, like a benchtop vise. And I went around and around and around and was finally like, no, I got to get a vise. And so I was looking at small ones. Oh my gosh. was looking at small ones, and then I needed to get a bench for it, but I ended up getting a vise. So hopefully this is enough vise to like last me for the rest of my life. But whew, we've got a vise now, a very big vise. Oh, I had to show everybody. I've been wanting to show you guys, but it's impossible to bring it upstairs. Okay, clamps. Clamps. I think if I grab, let's see, bigger clamps. This guy, to have a second big clamp, or no? These are all baby clamps. Those will not work, I don't think. I should have another big clamp somewhere. It'd just be nice to clamp this down so it can't twist on the edge that's not supported. Yeah, it's a big vise. Oh, the barbecue slipper, BQ slippers. I read barbecue slippers. Can we get Fireball to send him a vise? Now that's a vise. What's a Fireball vise? There we go. I like that a lot better. Now the extrusion's picked up. This one shouldn't be wanting to twist. We'll do a second one just because we've got it. I don't love that extrusion's being supported by just 2 screws right this second, but it's what I've got, so. Probably should have slid it a little bit more that way, but that's okay. All right. Bring you guys up. Okay, let's just start getting this tightened in. Dang, I might have to scoot this whole thing over actually. We'll see. Yeah, there's definitely some play here. So what I don't know, like what you were saying, GPs, as far as getting it, I don't know how to align it at the end. I'm getting it at a 90. But there's definitely a bit of play because it's not butted up against something. I'm tempted to get my my blocks. I might just get my blocks. Oh, I'm gonna go grab, let me go grab the 1, 2, 3 block. I think it'll be easy to work with in this, and then I might slide the extrusions a little bit more this way, just so that way, because right now, if you look at this, like, I don't love that it's kind of teeter-tottering. Let me show. Can you guys see this? No, you guys can't even see what I'm showing you, but you will. It's like kind of hanging off the edge, and I don't like that. It's making it a little bit more challenging to get it flat. So I'll get the 1, 2, 3 blocks, undo these clamps, slide this whole thing a little bit further that way, and then we'll tighten it down. So I'll be right back. Get the 4, 5, 6 blocks. Yeah, I'll get all the blocks. Be right back. Okay. All right, let me just move at least one of these extrusions. Move this guy down here. Okay. Loosen you. Slide this in. Okay. Okay, that feels a little better. Could bring this guy out a little bit. Okay. What did I miss? Wouldn't it be like 2, 4, 6 blocks? All the blocks. All of the blocks. Okay, I'm gonna loosen these here. Okay. It's turning on me a little bit. Okay, let me hold some pressure on this. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, it's still doing its little... It's weird. Like when I tighten it down, there's nothing holding it back. I can see it actually. I can see it move as I... Huh. Interesting. Just for fun here, I'm gonna grab a different extrusion. Try this one. I just want to see if it does the same thing. So this is towards the inside. Okay, this one didn't twist. So I wonder if that extrusion's slightly twisted or slightly not straight. Yeah, this one went straight. It took me time to see it's not the same place as usual. I feel, really? This looks nothing like. Yeah, this is spot on. So we'll see what the deal is with that last extrusion. I might grab another one of the B extrusions. I mean, we'll have to use them all, but okay. That is as tight as I'm going. So, yeah, for this last one, let me try a different extrusion just for... I'll try this one. That's fine. I'm waking from a 30-minute nap 5 hours after. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we need to do the final extrusion. For this one, I am going to... Man, this is really going to be floating. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to move everything further over here. So let me put clamps down. Clamps down. Let's move keyboard. Let's put all the motors. I'll just put all the motors right here for now. Hardware. These will be right here. You really need a big, you know what, I guess anything that's below the height of it should still be fine. That I did not think about. This can go here. Okay. That might work. So we are going to flip this. Sheesh. Okay. My keyboard is in the way. Keyboard's still in the way. Oh my gosh. Think. Wow, this thing is huge. Okay, I think that's like exactly where I'm gonna need it. So let me clamp this down as well so nothing is twisted. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of shuffling things around. Yeah. I mean, this gives me a good idea of how much of this area it's going to take up. So I'm going to have it for the entire build probably right up against the edge here. So I'll be able to scoot it over. No, this is basically how it's going to be. That's the little corner I have to work with. So my keyboard is going to be like this at an angle. It's going to be a trip. It is going to be a trip, but we'll figure it out. We'll get through it, maybe. Man, it is definitely clamps. All right. All the clamps. Okay, so this guy needs to go like this, right? I think. What am I doing wrong? This goes in. So this goes like that, and this goes like that. Okay, I think I got it. Can't believe how big this thing is. Okay, yeah, I think I got it. We can do it. You have a step ladder? I do. I have two. I have a dual step and a 3-step, so we can. I'm sure I'll need it. Yeah, we'll absolutely need it. Now I'm thinking about it. What I mean, yeah, no, we'll be stepping on some ladders. That we will be doing. Okay. Jeez. So I'm excited for Erin to see this. I showed her a picture of Nero's stream, or like a shot of it, and she's like, "Wait, you're building that?" She's like, "Why?" I said, "What do you mean, why?" Yeah, so this extrusion just wants to go at a slight angle, and I don't know that there's a whole lot that I can do about it. Let me move you guys a little bit. I'm assuming we're just going to be doing this a second time, but with the other pieces here. I can turn chat at least so I can see you guys. Hey, Clown. We got a tacoed extrusion. I don't know if it's super tacoed, but perhaps a little bit. it wants to go, like it needs to twist. It needs to go inward a little bit. Like, there we go. That's square now. But I have a feeling when I tighten it, it's going to twist because that's what it did previously. But let's see if I go slow. Yeah, that's a little better. It's pretty good. It's definitely better than it was. We'll see what the other side looks like. You can kind of see it. Yeah, you can kind of, can you guys see it? Let me see if I get you guys closer. It's not massive. Let's see if you guys can see this. Can you see it? It's like, it's really, it's small. It's really small. Let me know if or when you would like some melon. Oh, yum. At some point, definitely. Can we get happy birthdays in the chat? Yeah, Greenbeard. I got you some furniture for your birthday, hon. It's right here. Hey, Mike. Okay, that's as tight as I'm going. And it actually, no, it's got a little, it's definitely got a little bit. I think it's this extrusion though. The fact that it was doing it with this extrusion, then I swapped extrusions and it went away, and now I'm doing it again with this extrusion and it's back. I think it's this extrusion. I don't know how big of a deal it'll be, but we're gonna work with what we got. Yeah, you guys can probably see that, right? A little bit. I think you can see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this 90 degrees, clamp it down, and do the final side. Ooh. Woo. Woo. Oh. What are we stuck on? What are we? We're riding on something. Or maybe we're not. Maybe this is good. No, I feel like we're riding on. What are we stuck on? Okay, I don't think we're stuck on anything. I think we're good. Yeah, clamps, if you don't have a big enough table, which I'm going to assume most people don't have a big enough like piece of quartz or granite or glass to build this, like clamps are kind of a must. Yeah, there's a little bit of movement. I just don't know what else I could really do at this point. I mean, I could swap extrusions to a different one, but I'm gonna have to use this extrusion at some point. So let's see what this side's like, the final side. Okay. Let me zoom out a little bit. You guys are getting a real ridiculous close up there. Also, somebody remind me in like 10-ish minutes to open up the Polymaker giveaway. I definitely don't think I'll be able to do more than 3 hours out here in the heat. I mean, that's normally what we stream anyway, but I just don't think I'll be able to go longer than that. This side's perfect. So I don't know what the deal is with that one side.
Aaron BD lunch.
Nice! Man, thank you so much, Nice. Aaron, birthday lunch. Cheers, man. That was really kind of you. Thanks, buddy. We're going out. The plan is that on Friday, we're going to go out for sushi. Or for dinner. So my parents just got in from California last night. They're only here for a week and a half before they have to head back. Then they'll be here for the winter, but the plan is that they're gonna watch Jackson on Friday so we can go out for food. All right, we've got a window into the Venture XL. Okay. I bet you it's gonna say just to do the same thing again. Oh, let's take a look. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Just for some perspective. Ow. It's a big machine. This is a very big machine. I'm going to go and find somewhere for this to can it just sit right here maybe? No, there's a bunch of crap on the ground there. Hold on. Oh. Okay, I've got a spot. Yeah, I've got a spot. If I lose this, everyone remind me it's by the workout equipment in the corner. Okay. One window down. Oh. 20mm calibration cube. We'll need a big print for this one. Any ideas yet? In 7 out of 10 streams? Or in 7-10 stream? Okay, I'll put the clamps off to the side for now. We won't need them for the first one. Yeah, smash the like button for sweaty garage streams, everybody. Nice, there's 121 people here. Sweet. Let's see, let's get to 80 likes. We can do 80 likes. 24 index. No, I don't think I would do more than like 4 or 5 probably. I just like I think beyond that it would be more just for the lulz than like actual practical practical application. Okay, so let's get to the wiki again. And so we're doing A extrusion to B extrusion, then A extrusion to B extrusion, so every other basically. So let's get this. This is a B extrusion. 4 index of the box turtle on each. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what I don't know, these have got to be a certain way, and I absolutely do not want to do this twice. So let's So it looks like these little slits are on the inside. So what I don't know, I'm assuming they have to be facing upwards, I'm thinking, because I wouldn't be able to see them otherwise. So I'm thinking this seems right to me. Okay, let me know. Does this seem right to everybody? So we've got, I'm also matching it up with the picture as well. So we've got, this is an A extrusion, this is a B extrusion, and based off the images, it looks like these slots or these slits are on the inside and on the top, because if they were on the bottom, you wouldn't be able to see them from a top-down view. And if I look at this image here, hey bud, hi Jack. Hi baby. Did you wake up? Do you want to say hi really quick? Come here, Jack. Oh. You say hi? Look at the cameras right there. Say hi. Right there. Hi. Let's see. Watch. We'll zoom in. See, look. Watch. Look at, there you are. You say hi. Did you have a good nap? Yeah. Look how, isn't this a big printer? Yeah? Big, right? You know what that means? We could, does that mean, are we going to make a big, maybe a big Spider-Man? Or a big Mario? Yeah. Big Spider-Man? Yeah. Doc Ock? Yeah. Big Doc Ock. Those are calipers. Yeah. We have to have our Jack visits, even if we're in the garage. Jack wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, were you? Is that a motor? Motor. Daddy's got to get to building again. You can go inside, or you can have some melon. You have some melon? With calipers? Mommy's gonna make you some melon, Bubby. Let me see. I'll turn this off. Okay, Daddy's got to get to building. Okay. I'll show you later when I've made some progress. Okay. You say bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. We're very nice to the. Okay. Daddy's gonna have some melon in a little bit too. Thank you for visiting. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay. Oh, everyone says hi to you too. That was kind of funny. He opened the garage door, and just like the door to the house, and he just had like his eye peeking through, and said, "Dad," he said, "Hi," and he just put his hand through, went like this, like hi. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the ball rolling on this. I'd love to have this frame assembled. At least the, top, bottom, and corners. This feels like it needs to go in a little bit. Oops. Yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of like back and forth play with this hole, so that's going to be interesting for fitting everything. This has a little bit of wobble too. 3 minutes till giveaway time. 3 minutes till giveaway link opening time. Yeah, it's not the 1, 2, 3 block. The 1, 2, 3 block is good. It is the extrusion. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but like with my driver inside here, I can wiggle it like this much. It's quite a bit. I would say that's like 3 or 4 millimeters of potential play. So I don't know exactly how this is supposed to align, but we're gonna do our best, I guess. I didn't see any. Okay, looks like I got that a bit more square. Rapid fire giveaway. Everyone has 90 seconds. All right, we're doing the giveaway. It's open. Countdown now. Okay. Yeah, that turned out really solid, so. But again, it's not like, I don't know that it's centered exactly how it's supposed to be because there's play and there's nothing for me to align it against, which I think is what GPs was mentioning earlier, right, GPs? Okay, well, that corner, calling it good. Let's do our next one. I think for the next one, we did it like this, maybe? We went like this? No, we went like this. Yes. There's a little piece of tape on here, so that probably threw off my clamping ever so slightly, but All right, so now we need a B extrusion, which is the one without the slits, which is this guy right here. And it is going like this. I take it right on the inside. Yep. Okay, so let's start by, oops, let's clamp this down first. I think that should be good. Move this. Realize you guys can't see what the heck I'm doing. Different studio, same shenanigans. All right, here we go. Hey. Hey, Tom Mama, how's it going, man? I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great 4th of July. Thank you for swinging by. All right, we are clamped up. I need to actually move this ever so slightly. There. Nope. Why are we sliding? I'm trying to understand. Am I not clamped well? It shouldn't be sliding like that. I think that's the reason why. Okay. Okay. Whew. So this guy, what did I say? This is going on the inside. This needs to go like this. Okay. Let me get another sip of water. Oh, let me get the giveaway open. Yay! Thank you. Look at the hold on. Hi. No, but in real life. This is the frame. It's so, somebody said this is about the size of a flat in the UK. Yep. It's a big boy. Or, thank you. Thank you so much. Woo. All right, we're gonna take a short break just so I can get the giveaway link open and have a bite of some watermelon here. Copy link, shorten URL, copy. It's squirreled, everyone wins. What rails does the printer use? I think they're just labeled as FYSETC rails. I'm pretty sure that's what it was like. I don't know, I mean, obviously I don't know. Or do you mean, sorry, do you mean brand or do you mean like size rails? They were, didn't we check and they were MGN 9s and 12s? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Oh my God. I just pulled watermelon in a hot day. Giveaway link is open and in the chat, everybody. Man, it's so, I told Erin too, like, she loves watermelon, but I feel like watermelon's really hit or miss as far as sweetness goes and like texture. And this watermelon is the best watermelon I think I've had in like 2 years. It's got like perfect consistency. It's super sweet. Like, I wish all watermelons were like this watermelon. All right, I'll reward myself with more melon once we get another corner done. Oh, let me change camera view.
This one's moving on me. I felt it as I was tightening it. So this is... Okay, that's square, just like that. Don't move. That feels pretty dang good to me. I'm gonna call it good enough.
Is that watermelon? Watermelon! Hey, Soren. Hey, Dario.
Yeah, it definitely moved. Now that it's tight, it's no longer square. Wait, yeah, no. I'll play with it a little bit to see if I can get it. Wow.
Wow, I tightened those tight. Holy cow.
I am scared to take it out now. Did I strip it? I might just be calling this good enough. Because those screws feel like they're sliding a bit on me.
I feel like I feel like that's tough to strip out. Clamp both. I don't think I don't.
It would be tricky for me to do that. To clamp both of them to the 1, 2, 3 block. I'm concerned that I stripped this. It just feels like it's just spinning and spinning. Or maybe that's...
Yeah, I think I stripped it.
I know I need smaller clamps.
I feel like it's hard to strip
This don't get me wrong, I tightened it tight, but wait, is it? No. Is this what's spinning on me?
Okay, I'm thinking it might be my actual driver.
Is that possible that that could be what's spinning? Definitely concerned me though. I've never...
I don't think I've ever stripped out the end of an extrusion like that,
especially with how much threads are on it. Let me make sure that this is tight. The driver feels tight. Yeah, it's tight. I think it's this driver, because I feel like as I'm twisting it now, it's staying in place. Like I can feel it. Like I shouldn't be able to feel it rubbing on my thumb as I'm twisting it because it should be tight. Can I fit this in here to verify? Yeah, it's not, at least not the top bolt for sure. That's stuck. It's my driver. Yeah, it's my driver. It's my driver, thank God. I'm gonna leave this. It does have a tiny bit of wiggle, but I'm not gonna try to get out. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it, guys. One on the other side had a little bit of wobble too, so I'm just gonna go with it. That was concerning to me. If I strip out one of these extrusions, it will not be easy to get a replacement of for me. But yeah, getting smaller clamps is probably something that should be on my list, because that's a good idea, to just clamp it to the 1, 2, 3 block, and then I know that it's at a perfect 90, or as close to perfect 90 as I could possibly get. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like that. Hey, Dr. Lair, I like your name. Feels very appropriate. All right, let's clamp this down. Also, for anyone that's just joining in, because I'm seeing some new names, the Polymaker Spool giveaway link, or Polymaker giveaway link, is open and pinned in chat. We'll have it open for like another, I don't know, 15 to 20 minutes roughly. Okay, so last extrusion is this one for this window. I'm calling them windows. And it needs to go like this. Yes. So like that, and like... That is definitely sagging a little bit. Okay. Huh. That I don't love. It kind of wants to pull away from each other. We'll check everything on this one once it's done, but this one, like, it doesn't want to sit nicely. Like, it's requiring a bit of pull, which is probably because of that angled side. I think on the last one, the angled side wasn't until the last one we put on, so it didn't have any pull. I got the best stream snack mac and cheese. Nice. I got cold watermelon. That's got to be like a close second. Okay. I'm going to go on this side. kind of in focus. Yeah, this driver is just now starting to slip on me. So I'm gonna have to tighten everything up with the Allen key. This one feels pretty dang square to me. No wiggle, no play, no movement. All right, let's see. So I think I was using pink guy. Okay, that's as tight as I feel comfortable going. Okay, that feels good. All right, let's turn this thing and do the last corner. Hey, GTR. All right, so yeah, let's just do a little spin, a little spinneroo. There we go. Okay. Why are we sliding? Why? I don't understand. What am I clamping on that's causing me to slide? Is it because it's not even? There we go. Are we printing yet? Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Hold on to your seatbelts. All right, a little watermelon inspiration. Okay. I'm gonna have to get some more of these Fabrico drivers. They've lasted for quite a few years and have been through a lot of abuse. Yeah, that feels square too. It's no wiggle, no play. So it seems like there's one edge on top, or one edge on both of our windows that is slightly off. Yeah, that feels really good to me. Okay, that's as tight as we're going. That is as tight as we're going. Woo! Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. It tripped on the HDMI cable and, like, for a brief second, thought that the camera was going down. All right. Okay, so we're done with the windows. The next step is going to be putting the corner pieces on and making a cube, I believe. Let's see. Corner pieces. Yeah. Corner pieces, man. We put rails on before doing the interesting. Okay. I don't know. I would at least like to get these corners on. On the rails, I'll probably end up cleaning them off stream. So it's basically what, rails and then top frame. Okay. Yeah, I think what we'll end up doing is getting the corner pieces on the base assembly. So this guy that's right here. And then that's probably where we'll pause. And then next week we'll finish up. I'll probably do a little bit of prep. We'll finish up the frame. We'll do the cross pieces and the T-nuts. Yeah, so next week we'll definitely finish the frame and see how far we can get into Z. I'll probably also do a little bit of prep. Like, I'll have the rails already clean and try to get some of the parts out, so that way I'm not searching for stuff next week. It is on a separate extrusion, it looks like. Yeah, you're talking about the rails? So, yeah, let me get back to that. Hey, Down Under! Why did you need a 600? Oh, just for fun. Do you prefer 1, 2, 3 blocks or machinist squares? Probably 1, 2, 3. Well, it depends, I guess, on the machinist square. These machinist squares are relatively inexpensive, and you've got, like, I think they're all pretty standard like this, but like the one wide side and the one skinnier side, and there's certain things that I feel like they do a better job with. But for things like this, like being able to just shove the block up against it, I do find these to be easier to use. And I think this is, I was using these for a while, then I got a bunch of 1, 2, 3 blocks, and I find myself typically using these a bit more. Just tuning back in as work ebbs and flows. Yeah, so this is going on the 2020s. So the 2020s is what you attach this to. And then what do you attach this to the actual corner with? Am I missing that? So I see the rail. Oh, you guys can't see, sorry. I see the rail. We're gonna put the linear rail onto the extrusion. So we've got those tightened down. Those are so you're using roll-ins. First install the M5 T-nut onto the 2020 profile. Install the part assembled step 4 onto this frame, flush side facing down. Careful not let the... I don't see... Take out 4 linear profiles with picture placed on the base. Got it. Okay, here we go. So it's T-nuts as well. T-nuts and M5 18s. Okay, so let's get our corner pieces. I'm wondering if I'll remove the quartz after today's stream. I kind of would like to keep it for making sure that I put the top piece on flat, but I guess if I'm using... no, I'll probably end up keeping the quartz piece out until we're completely done with all the frame stuff. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and switch this cam. And then I've got the smooth pieces. I need to unscrew this a little bit. Apparently not enough. Really? There we go. Okay, so I'll just hold this. I'll just leave the camera like this, I guess. I don't know if we need a close-up of this right this second. I'm just gonna end up doing one corner, and then how do I even get the driver? Wait, how do I even get the driver to align? I found it. Man, this thing is gonna be ridiculous. It's kind of tricky to find the bolt. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's not, the driver's not driving. That's a bummer. I don't have another driver other than Allen keys. Other than Allen keys and yeah, I can't fit that in there. I mean, it's definitely tightening. It's just once it hits a certain level of tension, it just starts to slip. Maybe I should just call that good enough. Definitely feels tight. Maybe the socket is rounded on the inside. It's gone through a lot of abuse. Like, there's no denying that this thing has gone through a lot of abuse. So we're just gonna basically spin around with this. We'll do one corner at a time, spin it around so that way it's on the quartz slab. And that way I can drop it and make sure it's flat at the end. Oh, God, this thing is huge. It's like, it's one thing to see the specs on the product page, and it's another thing to see the frame. You can try a Torx bit in a smaller size. Sometimes that can help if slightly stripped. Lazy Susan won't be helping. I wonder if you can use a woodworking 90 corner clamps. Are they accurate enough? I don't know how accurate. I mean, I know they gotta be fairly accurate, but I don't know if they're accurate enough for. Whoa, what the heck? There we go. Okay. All right, next one. Do you guys want a close-up camera shot, or is this camera shot fine? I feel like, I mean, I could show one if we want. I'll show one. I'll do one, and then for the other ones, I'll do far out. I just feel like seeing the same thing over and over again. Yeah, here, let's do one close-up. I'm gonna loosen these here. Okay, there we go. So I'm just pushing downward towards the extrusions, and I mean, the weight of it's keeping it up against it, but I'm like pushing inward and downward to kind of help it stay in place. And then we'll just sort of seat them all. Yeah, I do worry a bit about this driver, actually. It's gonna bum me out if nothing's tight enough. Whatever isn't stressful, this build is already a big... Oh, yeah. I spent quite a bit of time. I'm gonna loosen... Nope. I think the tightening screw on this might have stripped, too. I spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out how the heck I was gonna stream this printer build. Okay, that feels fine. That feels fine. That feels fine. Oh, come on, baby. There you are. Okay, I'm calling not good enough. All right, check the fit of the other driver in the socket of a loose screw. Check the fit of the other driver. What other driver? I've only got this one, and then Allen keys, and then I got ball heads. I mean, maybe I could use a ball head 3mm. I worry about that not tightening down tight enough, but I can get that. It's just, yeah, if they were socket heads, I'm just worried about stripping it. Check to make sure it's the driver and not the screw socket. Oh. You mean, no, I think it's this, I don't think it's the driver. Like, if you're talking about, like, this, sorry. This versus this, I think it's this internally. Yeah, no, I don't think it's this. It doesn't look. No, I'm good. I'll have some after. They're really good, thank you. Love you. Daddy's building, I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Don't let the flies in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the, yeah, the grub screw's tight. The thing is, so when I'm, like, just to show an example, when I feel it stripping, or like not stripping, but skipping, I feel this turning, but this staying in place. Like if I were to twist, this like, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You're saying maybe it's the actual driver, not the, like, wear on it versus the actual set screw. And you might be right, because if I push inward towards it, I don't feel it slipping as much. So you might be right. Maybe it is the end of it. I mean, these are just button head screws, so they're not as deep. So maybe you're right, man. Maybe it is. I can't actually see it, but it's slightly rounding on it. I mean, if you look at the color, that's not gonna focus. I can't tell if we're in focus. We're sure not in focus, are we? But you can see sort of the silver shining through, so definitely the outer coating is starting to wear off. I'm pretty sure that's what you're saying, Tuxedo. So maybe you're right, maybe it's not, because the set screw is super tight. I cannot tighten it more. There's a flat on the shaft that the grip screw needs to align with. I wonder if it's this driver, man, the end of it, now that you're saying it. I wasn't looking at it correctly. The driver head looks okay to you. Okay. I don't know then. All right, I'm going to give everyone 60 seconds to click on the giveaway link if you have not already, and then I will remove the link. While I'm doing that, while that's going on, I will do another spin. Nope, that's not right. Needs to be way, what am I doing? Come on! There we go. Poor Jackson, he wants to come out. Yeah, the friend. It feels like a football goalpost or something. There's so many comments to this conversation. I think either driver shaft is slipping on the screw, or the head socket is rounded off. Take the grub screw out, check on it in the flat spot, retighten with these Loctite. I tried to loosen that grub screw right now with an Allen key, and it was not budging. And that's why I didn't move forward with it, because it's like sort of working right now. And my concern is that I'm going to damage the threads that grub screws in, and then I'm not going to have a driver at all. So I might just end up having to pick up another 3mm driver by next week, just maybe locally or something like that. Yes, okay. I'm unpinning the giveaway link. And then if you're filling it out, you've got another 60 seconds, approximately. That one went right in. Okay, this one definitely needs to be tightened more, but I at least got everything sort of seated. Let's do the giveaway. The drivers that Nick put me onto from AliExpress are so nice to use and feel good, even the cheap, nasty. Why would they rather build stream? Huh. I really like these Fabrico drivers. I'm not against getting another set of them. It's a feature. Okay. Let's do this giveaway. So we've got 97 entries. Very nice. Did we hit 80 likes? Nice. 81 likes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that's hit the like button. And then we are going to do this and do this. Works. Okay. 97, 97. That looks perfect. Wait. Somebody double enter? Is that why? I want to make sure we're not missing anybody. I'm going to really quickly just download the spreadsheet. It says 97 responses, but I'm getting 96 when I copy paste. So let me just do this really quick. I don't want anyone I don't want anyone that entered to not have a chance. If it still shows 96 after this, then I'll just move forward. But in an attempt to be as fair as possible, let me just really quickly do this. Boop. Boop. Okay, so this shows, yeah, 97. There was somebody that was, that's why I don't like going that way. So now we should have 97, which should be everybody. Bam, yep. All right, whoever was lost has now been found. So I feel like use a device to see if the handle is actually loose. If it is, Loctite it and profit. Oh, excuse me, sorry. What do you mean use a device to see if it's actually loose? You mean like tighten it around the actual like hex and then twist it to see if I can spin it? I'm trying to think if there was anything specific we're supposed to be shuffling for today.
Hello from Brazil. I'm in the process of building my Vorons, 2 at same time, going crazy.
Oh no. Duhenke, thank you so much for the donation. Hello from Brazil. Thanks for tuning in. I'm in the process of building my Vorons 2 at a time, going crazy. Yeah, that is a challenge I don't think I've even done. I've certainly had multiple projects ongoing, but usually on a printer build, I like to build one from A to Z. Are they the same? Are they the same Voron like model, and that's why you're kind of assembly lining it, or are they completely different machines? 9 for Aaron's birthday. Okay, let's do that. We'll do 9 shuffles for Aaron's birthday. I love it. Also, massive thank you to Polymaker for letting us do these awesome giveaways. And whoever wins, you will be getting an email from me within 24 hours. So be on the lookout for that. That will contain a link and a unique code that you'll need. And yeah, thank you to everyone. And yeah, another thing, if you do want to support the channel, I think Polymaker is still, unless it just passed, but they're having a pretty massive restocking sale, at least it was going on. So if you do need to pick up some filament and you use the link in the description, it does support the channel. So it is always appreciated. And on that, let's do it. Let's do 9 shuffles. I think that's a good one. I was thinking in my head like her age, but then I'm like, no, maybe I don't know. Like this thing about age. I'm like, I don't know if she'll want me to do that, but let's do it. 9 for her birthday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, all. Good luck in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. AJ3D, you are our winner for today for our first ever, zoom in a little bit, right behind the pole, for our first ever garage stream. Congratulations. I will, like I said, send you an email in the next 24 hours. It could be this evening or it could be tomorrow, depending on life, but I will get you that email. So congratulations. Thanks again to Polymaker, and thank you for everybody for entering in. We will do the same thing next week at the same time in the same garage. So cheers. Nick, also, thank you so much for becoming a member. I'm pretty sure you were a member, so thank you for becoming a member again. So let's go ahead. Is this temporary workspace as temporary as Steve built? Yeah, I have no desire to be out here long term. It's a lot more comfortable upstairs. We've got AC. I mean, the long-term plan is that there's going to be... Okay, so the long-term plan is that the shed is going outside. All of this stuff will be going out there. All of the like lawnmowers, tools, this stuff. Get a couple more, or get a couple dedicated 20 amps circuits installed in here. And then install a mini split right here. There's a space like right on the other side of this wall where I'm going to put in like a little concrete paver thing to place the unit on top of. But the reality is all that stuff costs money and takes time, so I have a feeling it won't be until next summer. Well, at that point, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like, we'll see, because the computer too, I do use a fair bit upstairs for certain things, so I don't know what we're doing yet. We'll figure it out. Jose, thank you so much for the 17 months, man. Cheers. I can cook pineapple pizza in the garage. There is some fun elements about being in the garage. Like, I feel like I can use more tools, and we can do like laser stuff and more CNC stuff. So there's definitely some perks. But if we're going to do that, like the garage needs to be a little bit more like comfortable. Right now it's still really chaotic. And with it being summer, and has the temp gone up? Yeah, the temp has gone up. So like we usually stream at 70 Celsius, no, 70 Fahrenheit upstairs. And this is currently like where we're chilling at. So I am super smiley and happy to hang out with everyone, but I'm also sweating my butt off, or like just hot. Like I'm very, very hot right now. So I've got my flip flops on and my shorts on. I'm about as 90 and dusty. Yeah, it's actually, I forgot to remove it when we did, I think we were doing some painting of the garage a long time ago and forgot to take that out, but yeah, it's hot. I'm like, you know, I'm in good spirits and I'm having fun streaming and hanging out, but there's no denying, like, this is a different beast than the normal comfortable AC upstairs versus sweating in the garage. But I knew this was gonna, you know, I knew that this build, man, you might, I don't know, it like when I push in on it, it doesn't feel like it's slipping anymore. So I'm still not sure what the deal is with the driver, but it does seem like perhaps we figured out something. Okay, I'm calling that good enough. We got one last corner to go. It's 100 Fahrenheit outside and a nice cozy 68 here in my studio. Yeah, it's gotta be, if it's 90 in here, it's gotta be 90, let's see, weather. Huh, I guess the insulation is not doing as great of a job of keeping the heat out. It's only 93 outside, so for it to be 90 in here, I mean, at least the sun is not pounding down on me, because then there's no way I'd be able to stream. If we were doing like an outside stream, I'd be miserable. But having the fan blowing on my sweaty head is definitely really nice. So I'm glad. That was a concern I had, was the fan is pretty loud. So I was hoping that the like noise cancellation or noise filter would do a good job, and it seems like nobody's complained. So I'll take that as it's not a big deal. I can't believe how big this dang frame is. It's just wild. Getting AC fired up in the studio right now. So sorry. Oh man, Dick. Yeah, did you see the temp, man? It's 90 Fahrenheit in here, man. We got the garage insulated when they built the house, which I'm thankful we did, because it was definitely worse at the rental we were at with no insulation. But going from the usual streams of 70 to this is it's something, that's for sure. All right, this guy's slipping. Let's not slip. Also, that was Mandic, right? Welcome, welcome, man. Everyone say hi, Mandic, in chat. I was just talking a little bit ago about the Milo, and saying that, like, now that I've got, you know, a garage sort of area to work with, that I should probably get Milo working. So seeing you makes me think of that, because we were supposed to do the final Milo stream when we were done, and well, it's been like a year. Office and bathroom cooling is an upcoming project. What do you have in your like studio? Is it mini splits as well, or it's got to be, right? You can't have, I would imagine you don't have like an actual like central AC for that kind of office space. Probably mini splits. Need to work on mine. Yeah. I don't know if you remember, I'm pretty sure I'd mentioned it, but my board died when we were going through the final like testing everything stream. And then LDO sent out a replacement board, which is what I had planned on installing. And then Big Tree Tech sent out like the Scylla or Scylla, I can't remember exactly how it's spelled or what it's called, but like the one, the collab board that they did with Millennium machines. And so now I'm just kind of like, I don't know whether I should just do a direct swap and continue on, or whether I should now change the board and go with the Scylla. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong. Scylla. But yeah, it'd be really nice. It's in the same spot I've had it in. It's on the studio floor looking at me every single day. And I'm like, I feel bad. I want to get it running. I really do. I don't know. It's been busy, which I know you can relate to. Okay. I think we're good, man. I'll do two more little ugga-duggas. Okay, yeah, we're calling that good. All right, we have got arms and a cube almost. So next week, I will have at least the rails we'll need. I'll clean all the rails. What am I saying? I'll clean all the rails. So that way that's done. And we will be starting off by getting the 4 Z rails added on to extrusions. So this is basically, although this is a corner right now, like it's gonna become almost like a 40-40. We're basically slapping these 2020, I don't know if it's this specific 2020, but the rails are going on their own 2020s, and then they are getting attached in the corner here somehow. Maybe like that. It's probably exactly like that, actually. You probably just drop it all the way down, because this looks like probably the gap we're gonna need for the top of the frame. So we'll get the rails on the 2020s. We'll get the top on, so that way we'll have a full cube next week. And then I think that we said that the next step, according to the instructions, 2 mini splits for the entire warehouse, nothing for the office. Got it. Did it have those, or did you have to install those? I'm installing this. Okay, Scylla, that's what it is. I got one too. My mellow board died. Oh, if yours died too, that really makes me not want to throw another one in there. I might do the same then. I imagine there'll be some tweaking. I'll probably have to recrimp stuff. I have to imagine that the crimps are probably not the same, or the connectors. I didn't know yours had died as well. You built a table base, exactly. Yeah, I just need a glass top for it now. So let's do a quick look. I'm pushed off to the side here. So next week we did that. So yeah, rails on 2020s, putting those in place, adding the top onto it, so then we'll have a cube. Once we put the top on, I will likely get rid of the quartz slab, so that way this thing doesn't have to be clamped like it is to keep it flat. That way we can just kind of set it. This tabletop is not flat, and I have it, since it's 2 tables butted up against each other and they're both not flat, it's gonna have probably a little bit of, I imagine a little bit of wobble in the center. So I just wanted to make sure at least like the frame side of things were square before throwing it onto that table. Can you just mount this into the ceiling from top so it hangs down? Not a bad idea. I don't even know. You know what? No, if this thing's so big that I feel like I'd be able to almost whack. Nah. It would be my ceilings aren't very tall. Like, I think I could get under it, but it would be getting close to head whacking range. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the cross extrusions, and then all of our corner triangle pieces, like corner braces, and then we're gonna start on the Z motor stuff. So we'll see how far we get with all this. I would like to get this done as well if we can next week, but we'll see. So I'm gonna do, before next week's stream, the rails will be cleaned and prepped. And I will do my best to get all these parts, like the CNC parts, because we didn't see those yet, out, so that way I'm not searching for them, as well as the hardware that we need, because the hardware bag is just chaos right now. So cooling the warehouse side, I'm installing, build a table base, can you just mount the ceiling, install the mini split. Okay, you installed them. We just was just a blank warehouse with an office when I moved in. Now it's that, but with AC and some printers. Did you go with holy crap, why is is the name slipping my mind? Mr. Cole. Did you go with Mr. Cole or did you go with another one? And did you, if you went with Mr. Cole, did you work out a sponsor deal or no? Did you just outright buy them? Mr. Cool's probably what I'm going to do for the sake of just budget. The price of getting a different mini split and having to have an AC guy come out and like charge the line, like it just seems, the price I was seeing was like 2 to 2.5x, which is not what I want to spend. So. All right, everybody, we're right around the 3-hour mark and it is hot. It is super, super hot. I didn't actually realize it had climbed a fair bit since we were streaming. I mean, I feel warm, but I don't know. We were just busy working on this beast. So I'm excited. We made some progress. I feel like the frame has gone together relatively easily. Both top and bottom had one corner that seemed to not be perfectly straight, but it was relatively minor and hopefully it won't be a huge issue with the printer and its performance and build and all that. So thank you everybody for joining me in the hottest garage around, or the hottest studio in town. And yeah, we'll continue next week. So thanks to all of our members, all of our new members, gifted members, donations. Thanks to Polymaker for letting us do our filament giveaway, and congratulations one more time to our winner. I will send you that email either tonight or by tomorrow in the next 24 hours. That way you can get either your gift card or pick out your spool of filament depending on where you're at. So I hope everyone has a, no sponsor, but one is Mr. Cool. The DIY units are too expensive for what they are. Interesting. I might have to get some feedback from you before I end up jumping, like making the purchase on that if I end up buying it. So, okay, I hope everyone has a wonderful night, a wonderful rest of your week. And the game plan is, if all goes well, there will be a video out on the main channel this weekend. I just don't know if it'll be Saturday or Sunday yet. I'm making good progress, but there's just a lot going on. It's already Wednesday afternoon, so we'll see. But all right, I will catch you all next time. Cheers. Bye, everyone. See if I can figure out how to end this. This is not... There we go.